What if the one habit quietly stealing your happiness was something you do every single day? What if changing that one habit could rewrite your entire future? Stay with me, because this story might change how you see your own life. In a small village near the green fields of Punjab, where morning prayers mixed with rooster calls and dusty roads led to simple homes, lived a woman named Ayesha. She was in her early 30s, strong in spirit, but tired in heart. Every morning she woke up before sunrise, swept the courtyard, fetched water from the hand pump, and prepared breakfast for her family. From the outside, her life looked peaceful. But inside, she carried a heavy cloud of complaints. She complained about the heat, the cold, the slow internet, the rising prices, and the neighbors who talked too much. She complained about her husband's small income and her children's noisy games. She even complained about the mango tree that dropped leaves in her yard. Without realizing it, complaining had become her daily language. Before we go further, if you enjoy meaningful stories like this, take a second to like this video and subscribe to MindShift Tales, because stories like these can quietly reshape your mindset. Your support helps us bring more real, heart-touching lessons to you. Ayesha's husband, Imran, worked as a bus conductor on the route between their village and the nearby town. He left early and returned late, often tired and silent. Ayesha would greet him each evening with a list of problems instead of a smile. Imran listened, nodded, and slowly grew distant. One afternoon, while Ayesha was walking to the village market, she met an old woman named Parveen who sold bangles under a faded umbrella. Parveen's hands were wrinkled, but her eyes carried a strange calm. Ayesha stopped to look at the colorful glass bangles and, without thinking, started sharing her usual complaints. Parveen listened quietly, then said something simple that stayed in Ayesha's mind. She said that life feels heavy when the mouth is full of sorrow. She said gratitude makes even a small home feel like a palace. Ayesha smiled politely, bought 2 bangles, and walked away. But those words followed her like soft footsteps. That evening, when electricity went out during dinner, Ayesha was ready to complain again. Then she remembered Parveen's calm eyes. She paused for a moment. Instead of shouting, she lit a candle and asked her children to sit closer. They ate in warm candlelight, and for the first time in months, they laughed together. Ayesha noticed how beautiful her daughter's smile looked in the soft glow. She noticed how Imran relaxed when the house felt peaceful. Something small shifted inside her. The next morning, Ayesha decided to try an experiment. She promised herself she would not complain for one full day. When the water pump took longer than usual, she took a deep breath. When her neighbor's goat wandered into her yard, she gently guided it back. When the shopkeeper ran out of sugar, she bought jaggery instead. By evening, she felt tired but lighter. Her mind felt quieter, her heart felt open. Days turned into weeks, and Ayesha kept practicing silence over complaint. She started noticing blessings she had ignored for years. She noticed the smell of fresh roti, the cool breeze after sunset, and the way sparrows gathered on the electric wires each morning. She began thanking Imran for even small things, like bringing fresh vegetables or fixing a broken chair. Imran noticed the change too. He started sharing stories from his bus routes. He talked about passengers from nearby Indian villages who crossed the border years ago and still carried memories of shared festivals and childhood friends. Those stories reminded Ayesha that people everywhere struggled, loved, and hoped in the same way. With a calmer home, Ayesha found energy she never knew she had. She began stitching simple clothes for neighbors. Word spread, and soon women from nearby streets started placing small orders. Ayesha saved every extra rupee in a tin box under her bed. After 6 months, she had enough to buy a second sewing machine. She trained to young village girls who wanted to support their families. Her courtyard slowly turned into a place of work, laughter, and learning. Even the mango tree felt like a blessing now. One evening, Parveen visited her home to deliver bangles. Ayesha served her tea and thanked her for that day in the market. Parveen smiled and said Ayesha had done the hard part herself. She had chosen peace over noise. Years passed. Ayesha's small stitching work became a modest tailoring shop near the main road. Imran left his bus job and helped manage supplies. Their children went to a better school in town. Their home still had problems, but it also had patience. Ayesha learned that life never becomes perfect. Bills still came, rain still flooded roads. People still disappointed each other, but she also learned that complaining never fixed anything. What changed her life was not money, luck, or miracles. What changed her life was awareness. She stopped feeding negativity. She started feeding effort, gratitude, and action. If this story touched you even a little, remember that your words shape your world. Every complaint builds a wall. Every thankful thought builds a bridge. Somewhere in a village or a busy city, someone is standing exactly where Ayesha once stood, tired, frustrated, waiting for life to improve. But life often waits for us to change first. As you listen to this on MindShift Tales, take a quiet moment and ask yourself what you complain about most. Then ask yourself what small step you can take today instead. You do not need a perfect plan, you only need a willing heart. Before we end, share this story with someone who needs encouragement today. Drop a comment below and tell us what you learned from Ayesha's journey. And if you want more stories that gently guide your mindset, make sure you stay connected with MindShift Tales, because sometimes the biggest transformation begins the moment you stop complaining and start living.